Welcome to the guest lounge on the Willie J Show on Gospel City 24/7. Be entertained, informed, and edified on Saturday morning's talk radio show, the Willie J Show on Gospel City 24/7. And now, and now, and now, with today's guest, here is the man himself, Mr. Willie J.
Welcome to the Willie J Show. You're in the guest lounge, and I am your host, Willie J. And I have with me today a wonderful lady by the name of Sonia King. And she is a solo artist. She does backup vocals and many more things which she will be sharing with us about today. So welcome to the show, Sonia.
Hello, Wilton. It's lovely to be with you today.
Well,
God bless you.
Thank you, and it's just awesome to have you all the way from the UK sharing with us here on the Willie J Show in Jamaica. So,
wow.
yes. And so we want to start off by asking you a little bit about your childhood days. What was life like as a child?
Okay, right. Good morning, listeners. It's lovely to be with you all. And thank you to you, Wilton, for allowing me this opportunity to be on this radio platform. Right, my childhood. I was born and raised in Birmingham, England, in the 60s, the late 60s, I should say, not early, late 60s.
Okay.
I'm also from Christian parents, so I was brought up with my Christian parents with 5 siblings, would you believe? 5 sisters.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can imagine our household was crazy. But it was good. We had a lovely childhood. My dad was a very, very strict, Christian man,
Yes.
but very loving at the same time, So we were brought up in the church, and it was a time where, we went to church every week and in the midweek as well. So, we didn't have a choice.
Yes.
We had to go to church. Yes. I'm also married to Reuben King. I think you've had him on the show before.
Yes,
for
yes.
27 years now.
Wow. Yes.
This year, yes. And I'm a mother of 2. What can I say? I'm a co-director of the Kingship music industry, which, we've been going for about 20 years now.
Okay.
And that's with my husband and another man called Novel Smith. So that's been going quite good,
Yes.
I'm a singer and I'm a songwriter, and I work full time in education.
Wow. Oh, you
Yeah.
teach?
Yes, I work with children with additional needs, special needs.
Okay.
So I'm doing that at the moment. I was a nursery manager, so I worked with early years for over 30 years, and then I changed career, and now I am with children with special needs. So I work with children with additional needs now.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
For the last 2 years. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So, as an artist, as a songwriter, let's ask that first. How do you come up with the lyrics for the songs that you write? What inspires them?
Okay, right. The songs that I've been writing, to be honest, it's been seasonal. So we will have sort of like that. We'll have like a time where we just, the words inspiration will come.
Yes.
It could be a situation that you're going through, events that are happening. And then, we're inspired by that. And then we start to write. I remember when I wrote my, the songs, co-wrote it with my husband. The first CD, I Feel Good, in 1999. I remember it was amazing. We were just writing and the words were just coming to us. It's like the Lord was just giving us different ideas at the time,
yes.
To put that album together. And I think that's how it happens. It's in little pockets that it will happen, but there's always a situation that we may go through or we know of, and we will be inspired by that and write accordingly. So that's how it happens, really.
Okay, yes, interesting. So tell me, could we go back to the beginning of your music career? How did you decide that music was what you really wanted to get into?
Okay, right. As a child, growing up in the church, I would be called the typical church girl. Okay.
Yes.
I was, I became a born again Christian over 40 years.
Okay.
So in that time, I'd sing on the choir, the junior choir, the adult choir, and it's from there I was inspired to sing, at that time, because it was the done thing to do, because everyone was on the choir, and everybody would be singing. Whether you can sing or not, we were on the choir, So I think that's how I was inspired. But later on, I actually did some recording at a studio. I was in a group called the Gospel Sisters, which was, and I think the name came about by, I think, the Clark sisters at the time, back in the 80s.
Yes.
So we were only young then. We were all just in our little teens. We were probably like 13, 14. So myself and a few friends, we just formed a small group called the Gospel Sisters. And, we would sing at various venues. And so that's how I started, really. And then afterwards, there was a company, a radio. It wasn't radio. It was a studio that asked if we could come and do some backing vocals for a group. So we went in and did these backing vocals. And from there, they seemed to like my voice. So, they asked me if I could do some backup vocals and sing with this group called Channel of Praise. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're Jamaican born.
Yes, the name is familiar. Yes.
Yeah, I think they were called Mystic Circle back in the day, but then they changed the name to Channel of Praise. So I was singing with them, back in the 80s. And going around, when they came to England, I was going around with them and singing and recorded with them as well. So that's how it actually started. And from there, it just continued to go on. Yes. So, and also sang, as I said, sang in the mass choir at church, and we went around Europe singing, in Germany, France, all over the place. So that's how I started. So it was church-based.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see then that the Lord was preparing both you and Reuben for each other then, because he was doing a similar thing based on his background. Yes, he was.
Yeah, well, that's how we met, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so you were able to come together not only as partners, but also as business partners too. Not
That's
only
right.
as, a partner
Yeah.
in relationship, family relationship, but also business. Yes.
Yeah, and to be honest, even with that story, I don't know if Ruben actually told you the story, but I remember when we got married, a guy came to the home at the time and was saying he was upstairs, because we had a studio upstairs in the room, so we'd just have one bedroom, and then the other two rooms were like the vocal
Yes.
and the live room. So it was crazy. People used to think, what are you doing? But we had a vision, we had a
Yes.
vision. But this guy came and he said to us, he prayed in one of the rooms, and it was like God came into the room, and he said that out of this house, you're going to bless many people. Many people are going to come. Nations are going to come in this home. And we were like, whoa, And would you believe, over the years, we've worked with different artists, different genres, different ethnicity groups. It's been amazing, and it's only God. But we've
Yes.
left ourselves open to God, to be used by Him. Yeah.
Yes, and we see, as you said, he really has been using you mightily. And yes, getting accustomed to your voice, I've been able to pick up your voice in many of the songs coming out of the Kingship studio in the background vocals. Yeah.
Yes. Like I love my backing vocals. I love to do backing vocals. And to be honest, I usually do like the all harmonies, all of them together.
Yes.
So you got like your soprano, your tenor, your alto, sometimes even bass, but I will do,
Yeah.
some of the CDs, I will do all of the backup vocals. And then people are
Wow.
like, who is that?
Yeah.
So I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
And then to do stuff for myself as well,
Yes.
I mean, I had to push myself, because I prefer to do the backing vocals, but was saying, no, come on, you can do it, But
Yes.
but I do love backing. I do love backing other people, and I love the creativity in that. It's great.
Yes. Well, let me ask you a little question here. It's
Okay.
when you produce a song and you do the backing vocals as well, if you are
Yeah.
doing a live performance, how do you get around that?
Oh, well, technology, because you do technology. You've got, you have your backing vocals on a CD. So
Okay,
you
yes.
play the music to the CD, yes, but you have to just make sure that you come in at the right time.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how I do it. Yeah, because I mean, the last performance I did was last year, and that was for 316. I don't know if you've heard about the Well 316.
Yes.
And I sang on there one of my songs.
Yes, I think I watched it. Yes. I
Yeah,
watched
You
it.
Are My Strength, which
Yeah.
was, it's a popular worship song, but we just changed, created the
Yeah.
music to that. And so I sang there, and I used my own backup vocals for that on
Okay.
CD. So
Yes.
so it can happen, it can work, yes.
Uh, yes, and talking about You Are My Strength, I must tell you that that is one of my favorite songs from
Oh,
the
wow.
songs you have done. Whenever I listen
Wow.
to it, it really inspires me, encourages me, strengthens me. So
Amen. Yeah.
really thank
I
the
mean,
Lord for using you in that way.
Yeah, I mean, at a time like this, in this COVID situation, I mean, this was it was written along quite a few years ago, but
Yes.
I remember last year Reuben had some music, some good music that he was writing himself, and he wanted to put the song to it, and I said, you know what, it's lovely, and then I started to sing "You Are My Strength" to it, just
Yes.
like fun, but I said, you know what, it works. And
Yes.
this is because of what's happening now with this COVID situation. It would be just the song to put out for an
Yes.
encouragement to those out there who really need to hear that, no matter what we're going through, God is our
Our
strength.
strength.
He's there to comfort us and to guide us. So, God knows how to work things out.
Yes,
It's
indeed.
never a near miss. No, it's never a near miss. It's always, God divine. Yes, an appointment. So,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed. Yes. And so, what are some of your most well-known songs from the ones you have done?
That's actually played. I would
Yes.
say Okay, so from the first CD EP that I've done,
Uh-huh.
I would say it's I Feel Good. The one from 1999 that was played on, the BBC radio, and played quite a lot on other radio stations. So I Feel Good was quite popular, and
Okay.
it is quite even though it's over 20 years,
Yes.
but it is still fresh, and it is still current because of the beat, the vibe. It's very nice. It's a lovely
Yes.
summer song. And once again, it's another old time song. I don't know if you remember that song. I feel good,
Oh, yes,
good,
yes,
good. Do you remember
yes,
that?
yes.
Yeah. Well, it's the spin off from that song, but I added some more words to that as well, and actually got a rap in there as well.
Wow.
So
Yes,
yeah.
well,
So we just
I don't think Ruben sent that to me. I need to ask him if he can send it.
okay. We'll send that to you then,
Yes,
Wilton.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, and I would say the last one on with Kingship Praise, Sonia King Kingship Praise, it would be You Are My Strength at the moment.
Yes,
That is quite a hit with everybody because,
yes,
as I
yes,
said, because of what we're going through, people are listening to that song and drawing strength from it.
yes,
You know,
yes.
one of my favorites, I would say, one of my favorites
Uh-huh.
would be on I Feel Good, the CD, and it's Running. You've been running. You know that song,
Okay.
the old time song?
Yes,
You've been
yes,
running for a long, long time.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
well, I've done a nice little jive on that one, and I love it. I really do. It's like
Okay.
telling a story, and that resonates with me right now. Yeah.
Yes, one of your song that you did, which is pretty similar to running, um,
Mm.
is the one about a fugitive from God. I really.
That's the same one.
It's the same one.
It's
Oh,
the
it's the
same.
same one.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry, I couldn't. Yeah, it's fugitive. I couldn't remember the first. Yes,
okay,
it's
okay.
fugitive. Yes,
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 because I was
yeah.
thinking about the similarities, but I thought then that fugitive was
It's a
then a
different
more
one.
recent one.
No, no,
Okay,
no. It's fugitive. It's fugitive.
okay,
Yeah,
yes.
it's
Well,
the same one. Yeah,
okay, I love that one. We have it. I play it pretty regularly. Yes.
yeah. And I Feel Good is on that CD actually, so you should have it.
No,
You
well,
should.
I don't think he didn't send the entire CD, but I'm sure he will
Okay,
send it on for me. Yes,
okay. Yes, yes,
yes. So,
yes.
um, as a singer, what are some of
Mhm.
the testimonies that you may have received from persons about songs you did that blessed them?
Yeah, well, to be honest, even just the other day at work, I was talking to one of the teachers, and she was saying, "Oh my gosh, she's European,"
Yes.
and she says, "Oh, every time you sing, it gives me goosebumps." I was like, "Really?" But I think what it is that the Holy Spirit is pricking her conscience, and
Okay.
I think that's what it is. But yeah, people feel uplifted, and they always say that they just feel encouraged by hearing the words of what we're actually saying.
Yes,
And
yes.
I think music on a whole, especially gospel music, it is a good way of witnessing to those who do not know the Lord as well.
Yes.
It's a very good, it's a powerful tool if it's used right. Music can be used to win souls to the kingdom. Sometimes, preaching, people will not go to church,
No.
and they won't actually sit in a church. But sometimes, if you have something like like what I do, I give out CDs sometimes. Don't tell Ruben that, but sometimes I'll give away CDs and let people listen to them. But, and sometimes they're going through such crisis in their lives,
Yes, yes.
and it's just there to inspire and to help and to lift them up, so that it's such a blessing to do that, and it's just another tool of evangelizing.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed,
Mm.
indeed. Yes. And what are your plans for the future and immediate? Oh, but before I ask that, there's this other
Mm.
question I wanted to ask.
Okay.
A lot of artists have been, their ministry have been somewhat dampened through the COVID-19 pandemic, all the shutdowns and all of that. How did it affect you as an artist? How did you deal with it? Or I should say, how have you dealt with it?
Okay, well, I mean, a lot of artists, if it's their full-time
Yes.
ministry, then yes, that could be hard. But then I don't see why not. You can still perform on, Zoom platforms.
Yes.
And because that's what I've been doing, when we've been having services and things, still perform on Zoom, still write songs.
Yes.
And even at this time, it's a good time to probably stop and just ask God to say, where do you want me to go from here? If it means taking some time out and just praying, looking at our lives and just, replenishing our spirit, in order to move forward, then it's a good thing. But I must say, during this lockdown, for myself and Ruben, we've been more busy than ever, because we've been working with other artists. Right now, there's another artist called Raymond Harris. He's just brought a CD out, and I love it. I love it so much.
Well, Ruben has sent it to me, and it's really a good one.
And it's funny because he's not even a singer, if you know what I mean. He doesn't usually sing. He writes songs, but he doesn't sing. So for him to be singing is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
I'm doing the backup vocals on that as well. So at the end,
yes, I picked up your voice. Yes,
but yes, it's lovely. So people are coming out of themselves, if you know what I mean. They're finding new ways of ministering to the world. And it doesn't have to stop. But as I said, if it's a case where people are using it for financial gain, then yes, it can be a bit tough. But it's tough for everybody at this moment. But it's time to reflect, time to pull back a bit, to ask God, well, what direction do you want me to go in at the moment?
Yes,
so,
and to be open to have a creative mind.
That's
be
right.
willing to try something new.
That's right. Because I mean, when you think of it, this world pandemic, it hit the rich, the poor, the good, the bad, everybody.
Everybody.
It's just hit everyone. So nobody can say, oh, the rich people are doing okay. No, they're not. They were still on lockdown just like us.
Yes.
So it's. But then you see, when you've got something, inner peace. And, you've got God there, to guide you, the Holy Spirit to guide you, then, it becomes easier. It becomes easier. That's what I say. It becomes easier. But sometimes we just need to stop and just listen to what God is saying to us, because we're so busy doing everything and we're forgetting, even as Christians, we're doing everything, but we're forgetting God. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes we have to pull back and God's saying, hold on a minute. Wait a minute, listen to what I'm saying to you right now. Even the churches, the churches were on lockdown. So people who think being a Christian is just about going to church, oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's having a personal relationship with the Lord.
God, yes.
And to find another way to connect with people. And even through this Zoom, I remember speaking to, I'm not going to go off, but, just speaking to a church sister, a reverend, and she was saying how they set up a ministry for young believers.
Yes.
Well, it was they weren't young believers, but they're searching for the truth. And out of the ministry, 9 people got saved on Zoom. Would you believe? 9.
Yes.
So God is still in the saving business. He's still doing His thing. And it's important that we just listen to what He's got to say.
Yes,
because it isn't business as usual anymore.
No,
times have changed now, and it's not going to go back to how it was. Either.
No.
So we've got to find other ways of sharing the gospel and connecting with people.
Yes.
And this is one way of connecting. This is what you're doing, Wilton, on your radio station. Connecting.
Yes.
So it's all good.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, I had started asking you about your future plans for the music. What can your fans expect from you? Anything that you can share?
Well, that's amazing. The fans. Oh, I don't know about what can the audience expect.
Yeah.
Well, we will see. At the moment, we're working on different material for other artists. So I will have to sit back and just look at the drawing board again
Yes.
and start writing again. I do have quite a few songs which I might put out, but we will see. But it's coming. But at the moment, I'm just waiting to hear
Okay, yes, yes.
and to grab the leading of what God wants me to do, and also the availability
Yeah.
of Ruben and the team as well.
Okay, yes.
So, but there will be other material coming out very
Okay.
soon. But at the moment, if people want to listen to I Feel Good and also Kingship Praise, then they
Yes.
can do so. And do you want me to put out the
Yes, man.
website?
Yes,
Can
you
I
can
do
tell
that?
us. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's kingship.co.uk. If you want to listen to the music, okay, you can listen to Sonia King at Kingship Praise, and I'm on every digital outlet, and
Okay,
also
yes.
Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
Okay, so that's kingship.co.uk.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I'm sure many persons will be going there to listen and to enjoy and maybe to do otherwise too. So,
Oh, yeah.
yes. So, as we look to wrap up, what would you say to a young person who is interested in going into music as a gospel artist? They feel that's the ministry the Lord has or is calling them to. What advice would you give to them?
Okay, so first of all, what I would say to anyone who is interested in music, remember, music doesn't, and I'm not going to be on a downer now, but music doesn't always pay the bills as such. Okay, so make sure that you've got your grounding, okay, that you're working as well as, you're doing your music as well. If you want to go into it full time, I would say have a job so that you can fund it yourself, okay? Because a lot
Yes.
of people like to wait for handouts or wait for a break,
Yes.
to go on this. We've got this program over here called X Factor. I don't know if you've got it in Jamaica. They'll
No,
call
I
it
don't
all,
think
it's
so.
X
No.
Factor and all these different, media outlets that, they want to go on The Voice and to get a break from other people, or they want
Okay,
to,
yes. Well,
so they want people to sort of like pay for them
yes, yes.
to record. But what I would say is save up for yourself, find a good recording studio and producer, and do the music yourself. Okay,
Yes.
write your material and get someone to produce it for you yourself and put it out, because you won't necessarily always get a break. You've got to work for yourself, and that's what myself and my husband has done. We've done it ourselves. We haven't asked anyone for anything. We've just worked ourselves and just paid for it ourselves. So even though we've got the the company, but we work.
Yes,
Okay, we
yes.
do other jobs as well, so we don't have to rely on that, because
No.
sometimes it can become a burden when you do. Because even if you find there's other artists who sing, they also have a 9-to-5 job.
Yes,
Most of them have a
yes.
9-to-5 job. So, and musicians as well. So always, make sure you've got a grounding first, especially as a young person.
Yes.
Make sure you build up, financially you're stable and you can afford to pay for,
What you
to
do,
fund
yes,
your own
yeah,
your
music.
album.
Yes.
Yes. So that's my advice really. And
Yes.
do what you love.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You mentioned about what you said, it was X Factor.
X Factor.
Yes,
Yes, that's what we've got in England.
having explained it, I realized that here in Jamaica, we would say you sign a contract with someone, you get a contract, but the local jargon, if I might say that, what people will say, you get a boss. Somebody boss you, you know.
Get a boss, yeah. Actually, there was a guy from Jamaica, actually, a secular guy. Daryl, is it Daryl? Daryl, I think his name was.
Okay,
He was from Jamaica, and he actually went on this X Factor program, and he actually got through. From
Okay.
Jamaica.
Yes.
Yeah, so he got a break. He got his big break, but not everybody will get through.
No,
you know,
not at all.
it's it's out of thousands of people.
Yes,
So I would
indeed.
say do your thing. Always try to do your thing, and make sure that in terms of contracts, make sure you have someone sensible to help you to look at contracts, because what you don't want either is to sign your songs over to people who will just tie you down, and keep you down. You don't want that either. You want to keep control of your own material.
Wow, that's interesting. I meant to ask you about that, because an artist said that to me recently, that you should try and own your music. So that's
right.
Yes, and here that's you are saying the same thing to me, because I have heard about situations where persons have gone to studio and done work for persons, and all they get is a little pocket money and a lunch. and
then they've got their music.
Yes. So it's good. It's good when you can, as it were, pay your way through. Then, if opportunities come, you will make use of them wisely. But
that's it.
It's good. It's better when you can pay your way through.
And the thing is with that as well, you're in control.
Yes.
You know, you're in control of where you want your music to go.
Yes.
You know, all you need is, and I think that's what we've been doing in terms of our package deal. You know, we've had artists such as this lady. She's passed away now, Enid Rose Weir.
Yes, we play her music as well. Yes.
Yeah, she started. I think she was 65 when she started singing, and she had her music, and she did 4 albums. Would you believe?
Wow.
You know, and then she passed away. You know, just I think she was 72 or something like that when she passed away. But you know, it's with her. You know, we made sure there was Sister Weir. We called her Sister Weir. Simon Farrell.
Yes.
And, you know, we've always given them sort of like that package deal. So it's like we tell them what to do, how to market their music, how to, you know, upload it to the digital platforms,
you
know, and to sign the music to make sure that it's copyright and everything so people don't take their stuff.
Yes.
You know, so we were quite good. And even my son as well, because he's doing his thing as well.
Yes, that's TT.
He's called TT, yes, TT.
Yes,
you know, he's doing his thing. So, you know, we've kind of taught him as well how to do that, you know, to keep his music, you know, safe,
yes.
if you know what I mean, and to make sure that it's his own so people aren't taking it and just exploiting.
Yes,
you know,
so
so that's what we've done. Yes, and it's been a joy to do it. We don't, you know, it's not a burden at all. It's always lovely to help, especially when people are there and their music is so precious to them. You know, we feel it's important that we do this. That we help, and it's gone out to the world, and you know, we've had so many testimonies about God's grace in people's lives through the music that we've done. So we're so blessed to be in a position to be there and to help other people.
Yes, indeed. Yes, wonderful. Well, it has really been a pleasure speaking with you this morning, Sonia, and you have really shared some very interesting and important information with us. Yes, about yourself and the music. I'm sure many of your listeners, those who love your music, are saying, wow, I didn't know she was, you know, such a wonderful person.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
so it has really been a pleasure. I enjoyed speaking with you, and we look forward to hearing from you when you have something new coming out, that you
Okay.
will want to share with the listeners. Yes, so
Yes, yes.
yes, the Lord bless you. And tell TT that we love his song too. Give thanks. We play it here as
Okay.
well. Yes, yes.
I will tell him. And I want to say to you also, thank you, Wilton, for allowing me to be on your program, Gospel City 24/7 radio.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
thank you very much. Thank
God
you very
bless
much.
you.
Okay. You take care now.
24/7.
Day and night,
24/7.
sleeping or awake.
Gospel City. 24/7.